Hello everybody, this is Benjamin Bloom and welcome to my match experience for, where am I going? Wolves versus Ipswich. I don't know if I want to go to football today. I'm in Norwich. I went to Norwich v Brentford last night and I could have got to Norwich, finished watching that game and just hung with my family. But for some reason I thought it would be an excellent idea to now go from Norwich to Wolverhampton, which is literally like way across there, and go to the Ipswich game. Obviously, if I'd gone to the Norwich game and not the Ipswich game though, that would have been a bit silly because I'm an Ipswich supporter and I should have gone the other way round. But I've gone to both because I'm an imbecile. So I've just left Norwich. It's 3 hours to Wolves, 3 bloody hours. The engine management system tells me that the rear right tyre is losing air. I don't believe it, you know, it just kind of gets a bit funny sometimes, but it just puts the idea in your head that something might possibly be wrong. Anyway, I saw Norwich lose in Norwich last night, so I've been to Norwich a whole load of times, watch Ipswich, and if you follow football you will know that Norwich for the last 8 years always beat Ipswich. So I've never seen anyone other than Norwich win at Norwich, so that was quite amusing. Sat in the home stand and tried not to giggle too much when Brentford's second goal went in. But yeah, so this is the second match of the weekend and I can't be too smug and enjoy the schadenfreude too much, because Ipswich are away at Wolves and Wolves are really good, like really good. They're top of the league. They've got like 5 points per game so far. No, 2.4 points per game or something stupid like that. They've got loads of good players. They play really nice football. Play this kind of 3-4-3 system that's really overloads all the positions. Really confident team. So not very confident about Ipswich winning today. That seems quite far-fetched. There's two ways Ipswich could win. One would be they actually attack, Wolves defend very badly and they win 3-2 or something. The other, the Mick McCarthy shutout, where, I don't know, Ipswich score from a corner at some point and defend for the rest of the game. But Wolves look too good for that, to be shut out. Couple of other scenarios, could go for the complete stink out 0-0 draw, just defend the whole game, which would probably, I don't know, that'd do. You know, if God forbid Ipswich did get in the playoffs, they might have to do that in the away leg, just go for the shutout. What is more likely is one of these two scenarios where Ipswich defend and Wolves have too much for them and kind of win by 2, or an even worse scenario where Ipswich kind of think, screw it, we're going to go press, and Wolves hammer them. So any of those could happen. Obviously, I don't want to say silly things like this, but Ipswich haven't had a hammering for ages. I guess if you class the pre-season friendly at Charlton, which was 6-1, wasn't it? Yeah, 6-1. Then that's the last hammering they've really had. I can't think of another. So, but yeah. Christmas time, I'm in Christmas mode, so pretty much can't be bothered with anything. Most of the journey left, so I'm going to get the Christmas tunes on. It's kind of murky in Norfolk. I don't know how many counties are going to go cross country here, but yeah, that'll be the size of it. So more updates as we go. I need to concentrate on which direction I'm going at this roundabout, so onward. Okay, here we are in Wolverhampton. Feels like I've driven the entire width of the country from Norwich to Wolverhampton. That's because I have driven the entire width of the country. My just park spot is excellent. I'm right near the ground, so looking forward to going in. Ipswich are without Skews and without Knudsen, so Kenlock and Brew, youth team player and a reserve player, come in. I'm not expecting a lot here. I think the best we can hope for here is a stink out 0-0 draw, but could be a long afternoon. Let's go and find out. It's supposed to be fun. yeah, that's Wolves done. Lost 1-0. Wasn't terrible. He kind of set the team up to be stiff and hard to get past, but they did come out and try and get out. But I think a lot of people are going to moan and say, oh, we should have gone for it. But personally, I think Mick did pretty much what he could with the players he had there, and you've lost by 1 goal away at the league leaders. It's like, you know, what else are you going to do? You're going to go there and try and play them off the pitch? They would have lost 4-0. So, yeah, Wolves look good. The good thing about Wolves, where they're clever, is they're really patient. So they don't go and chase after. They're going to win a lot of games 1-0 and not be bothered and just kind of happily sit in. Anyway, I've done so much driving. I've done Norwich to Wolverhampton today, but yesterday obviously I did London to Norwich. Actually no, I did London to Ipswich to Norwich to pick up my dear parents. So I'm going to attempt to go and have a Christmas now for a couple of days, but there'll still be more football, because there'll be football on Boxing Day, won't there? And I think that's what Mick was kind of getting at with some of his decisions today. There's like 2 home games. So he pulled off Waghorn on a yellow card after like 70, pulled off Garner, he saved McGoldrick a bit, he didn't risk Skew, so I think he's really going to try and expect to beat QPR and hopefully get at least a draw against Derby. Anyway, it's taken me 20 minutes to get out of Wolverhampton city centre. The sat-nav said one thing and now it's saying a complete other thing 20 minutes later. I'm really going to piss off this guy here. Sorry, I'm in your way, aren't I? I'm concentrating on something else. So yes, oh well, this was on another one of my blogs. No, it wasn't. It was No, You're Never Gonna Break My Stride. Yeah, yeah, I've gone for heart 80s instead of football because I've seen 2 games in 2 days. I'm kind of a bit bored of football now. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of this journey goes, and maybe I can stop thinking about football for 5 minutes. Onward. Oh, I'm back. How late is it? 8:30. Not terrible. So I've done Norwich to Wolverhampton, back to London now. I did a terrible thing though, so I'm coming back past Chorley Services and I thought I don't fancy any of the food from here, so I'll get something later on. So I got 3 Krispy Kreme donuts and I ate all of them in like 7 or 8 minutes. Got the biggest sugar rush ever. So now I'm going to come down, like a sugar come down, and I'm not really that hungry, but then in about an hour I'll be hungry and it'll be too late. So I've messed up my meal plan. Ipswich lost 1-0. Just I've uploaded my match review video, which you can see on this channel. Just had a quick scan of Twitter and people seem to be being fairly reasonable about it, which is strange for Ipswich, well, strange for football fans to be reasonable. From what I can see, a few people saying, you know, no shame in that. We held the best team in the division away pretty well to a 1-goal victory. Only a little bit of a Kenlock gets shrugged off a bit too easily on the goal, and otherwise, did our goalie have many difficult saves to make? Not so much. If you go away to other top 6 teams like that with your full team, maybe you get some results there. So I'm not too disheartened. Context is all though. It's QPR at home on Boxing Day, so it's the 23rd today. So 3 days time, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, 3 days time. They get the win against QPR. This is fine. You know, you've then won against Reading and Forest, lost to Middlesbrough and Wolves, but then you've beaten QPR, so you got 9 points from 5 games. If you can get 10 from the 6, then, because Derby looked good actually. Derby have gone 3rd, and we did Derby at Pride Park, so they owe us one really. So that might be an interesting game. Tom Lawrence will be back again. So yeah, that's about the size of it. Don't know what I'm going to do for food now. I'll figure that out when I get in. Well done to Wolves though. They're a good team, aren't they? Good tactics, good system. We held them off, but they were nice and patient and did us in the end by 1 goal. I think they're going to get over 90 points, aren't they? I think they've already got 54 and we're halfway there, so they're on course for 108. That'd be something, wouldn't it? 108. I doubt they'll get that, but certainly over 90 is possible for them. So yeah, QPR coming up. Looking forward to that on Boxing Day. Hopeful of a win in that one. I wasn't too hopeful today, but yeah, gonna go in, have a bit of a snooze, and then I'm back off to Norwich to my sister's, and back down to Ipswich on Boxing. There's too much travelling. I just want to sleep. Anyway, right, thank you for watching this match experience video. Hope you enjoyed my random inane waffles. If they were too random and inane, watch the match review video. It's far more direct. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, give me a sub, follow me on Twitter @BenjaminBloom, and you know, we can be friends in the cyber YouTube Twitter world. But happy Christmas everyone, and I normally say onward, don't I? But yeah, onward to my bed. Bye.